welcome to Sports Talk with L-Beasley. It is Tuesday afternoon here for me in Detroit, Michigan. And as you all know, the Monday Night Football game went down last night. Chicago Bears versus the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant about this game. And not about the Bears, surprisingly. I mean, I'll talk about them too, but I don't really care much for them. Whatever. I actually want to go on a rant about the San Francisco 49ers and just the fans of the game of football. Now, Alex Smith was out with a concussion, so Collin Kapernick ended up starting for the 49ers last night. He had a magnificent game. He completed 16 of his 23 passes. He threw for 243 yards, had 2 touchdowns, did well, no interceptions, took care of the ball, did what he was supposed to do, and he helped lead this team to victory. What surprised me more than anything was the bandwagon jumping I saw the other day. I saw a lot of bandwagon jumping the other day with pretty much Colin Kaepernick. Oh, he should be starting. Oh, this boy is a beast. And, for me personally, anybody who knows me knows that I hate the bandwagon crew. I won't say hate, that's a strong word. I dislike bandwagon people. People who don't know anything about a player, then they see him for one quarter, they see him one first half, they see him for one game, and all of a sudden, they jump on his bandwagon. It's no different than with the whole Andrew Luck situation. Oh, he's not going to have a good rookie year. He's not going to do this. Then as soon as he started helping the Colts get going, and he started doing these comeback wins, everybody on Andrew Luck bandwagon. Oh, yeah, man, this boy he legit, man. He legit. Oh, I thought he wasn't going to be nothing. When I was saying that, y'all was all going ham on me, talking about he wasn't going to be nothing. So now it's cool. So I'm just one of those people. I'm sensitive to that. I take my job seriously. This is somebody I followed in college. Like I said, for those who don't know, Kaepernick graduated and played for University of Nevada, Reno. Some of you probably don't even know there is a University of Nevada. I'm just saying. But this is no surprise that Kaepernick can play like this. Kaepernick is the only quarterback in the history of Division I FBS college football to have passed for over 10,000 yards and rushed for over 4,000 yards in a collegiate career. If you need more than that, Kaepernick is also the only Division I FBS quarterback to have passed for over 2,000 yards, rushed for over 1,000 yards in a single season, 3 times in a career consecutively. This boy has always been a beast. Always. I study film on him. A lot of people remember him just from the Boise State game because that was the big game that a lot of people remember. I remember him way before that. I remember him after that. Like I said, as an analyst and scout, it's my job to look at film before the draft, going into the draft. At one point, a lot of people thought when Peyton Manning was still there that the Colts might even take him because, the Colts needed a new quarterback, and we all knew, just like any other team, they were looking towards the future, but they didn't take him. San Francisco moved up and ended up getting him. And, it's a good move by San Francisco. But, like I said, first of all, the bandwagon part pissed me off. Let's not forget that Colin Kaepernick, did he play great? Yes. He played well. But let's not act like he's on one of the worst offenses in the NFL. He's on one of the top offenses in the NFL. Let's keep that in mind. Bear with me, folks, because I was really, really frustrated with all that I saw the other day. Everybody was just all overexcited. Yes, he played well. He did. That was great. I was happy for him. But it's not like he's on a sucky offense here. He had a good offensive line blocking for him. He had Frank Gore and Kendall Hunter in the backfield running the ball all over the Chicago Bears. You have elite receivers like Vernon Davis, Mario Manningham, Michael Crabtree, Randy Moss. You have an elite defense who can go out there and stop, the incapable Chicago Bears with Jason Campbell at quarterback. Don't make it seem like this dude is leading the worst team in the NFL to a victory over the Chicago Bears. And no excuses for Chicago, but they didn't even play like Chicago. It's hard for me to say, oh yeah, man, he played his butt off when Chicago looked like they just pretty much said, Color not playing, Jason Campbell at quarterback, yeah, we just gonna come in and just, basically just play around. We're not even going to play. And Chicago did not play football. Chicago came in there lazy. A lot of people said they were playing like Cubs. They weren't playing like Bears. They were playing like Cubs. Man, Cubs got more fight than what they showed last night, man. They were more like a hibernating bear. Just wasn't even moving. It's hard for me to even assess that. Low-key, the way Chicago was playing, I'm not trying to be funny. But I think another quarterback could have did well for the San Francisco 49ers. And like I said, that's no disrespect to Colin Kaepernick. I love Colin Kaepernick. Like I said, I've been a fan of him since Nevada days. For those who just jumping now on his bandwagon, I was the main one talking about this kid in the draft. I was the main one saying, "Yo, man, coach might regret not getting him in the future, just depending on who they get." Oh man, that's a good move, man, because I like what Jim Harbaugh did with Alex Smith. So imagine what he could do with somebody like Colin Kaepernick. It's huge. I like what I saw. But then the other part of it, oh, well, we need to let go of Alex Smith, or Alex Smith don't need to start no more. Now you want to give up on your starter? Off one game? Against the laxy-daisy hibernating Bears? Are you kidding me? I'm not saying that Colin Kaepernick shouldn't be started. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be offered the opportunity to start for the 49ers eventually, or for even another team. But this is Alex Smith's team. Alex Smith is the one who is responsible for making this team better, partly. Of course, it's not just him by himself. Obviously, other players have stepped up. Jim Harbaugh's done a hell of a job with this 49er team. No question. It's no question. But don't just dump on him after one game. And that's what cracks me up. Oh, now he needs to start. Oh, he is a better quarterback than Alex Smith. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not. Because I like Alex Smith. I guess you could say, I like Alex Smith, but I like more of just what he's become after Jim Harbaugh has been there. I like the fact that he's overcome many obstacles. I guess you could say it like that. I always like people who are able to overcome obstacles, whether it's just playing horribly and then becoming a elite quarterback or whatever the case may be. But I like the obstacles I admire him for the obstacles he's overcome in the game of football. You know, going from one of the most heinous, probably disliked quarterbacks to maybe one of the not top quarterback, but one of the quarterbacks to look out for, and a quarterback of a team that could end up winning a Super Bowl, this year, next year, depending on what happens, whatever happens. But I don't like when, like I said, when people just after one game, all of a sudden, just come into this game and just say he needs to be benched. Colin Kaepernick is a better quarterback. I'm not trying to be funny, once again, but I think there are plenty of quarterbacks in the NFL who are better than Alex Smith. Alex Smith to me is just one of those guys. He's more of an intelligent quarterback and maybe has a pretty good arm. But Alex Smith has never been that dynamic quarterback guy. Never. And I don't think he's ever going to be. I think that's just not who Alex Smith is. So to say Colin Kaepernick is a better quarterback, well, yeah, Colin Kaepernick brings strength. He brings speed. He brings the ability to, run with the ball. He brings that ability to, he always had a nice strong arm. Obviously, he can throw it long. Like I said, we know, obviously, off the stats we know he's that dual threat quarterback. Yes, he's all those things. So, yeah, he's a better quarterback than Alex Smith. But that doesn't mean after one game, once again, against the laxy-daisy hibernating Bears, that you just throw away your starter. Now, like I said, I'm not a 49er fan. So, low-key, I don't care what they do. I really don't. I really don't. If Colin Kaepernick start, great. Hopefully he can continue to play at the high level he's been playing. But let's say he did start, and if he didn't, I'm pretty sure all the bandwagon fans would be like, yeah, we need to put Alex Smith back in after you said you didn't want him. We don't know what Alex Smith would have done against the Bears. For all we know, he might have did the same thing. And like I said, I saw a lot of good in Colin Kaepernick, but I also saw some bad. I saw plenty of opportunities when they had to settle for field goals because Colin Kaepernick and the rest of that offense couldn't get they had to settle for, 3 field goals. They had to settle for one in the beginning of the first quarter. They had to settle for one in the second quarter. They had to settle for one in the fourth quarter. Those were 3 opportunities that couldn't be turned into points because of Colin Kaepernick and the rest of the offense. I'm not blaming just on Colin Kaepernick, but like I used to always say with the Giants, what if the Bears had played better? Or what if, all of a sudden they would have just started playing better? Of course, we knew they weren't the way Jason Campbell was playing and the way the offensive line was just allowing him to get sacked after a certain point. But those are 3 opportunities right there that were missed to turn those into touchdowns. The way the Bears played, beating them 32-7, hey, that's very impressive. But low-key, it should have been more something like 50-something. But, because touchdowns weren't, scored in those 3 field goal tries, end up being 32-7, which is fine. Points are points. I'm just saying going into other games, those field goals might need to be touchdowns if you're talking about Colin Kaepernick. And I'm confident that he could probably do it. Like I said, I have nothing against Colin Kaepernick. I've been on this boy's bandwagon since his Nevada days, and I earned the right to be on that bandwagon because I knew what I was talking about and just jump on his bandwagon because he did one good game. Like I said, I'm very sensitive to this. But like my whole thing is, like I said, Should Alex Smith be starting? Yes, in my opinion, he's the starter. He is the one who is responsible for leading this team this far. It's not like he's had a horrendous season. Has he had the best season ever? No, not necessarily, but it's not like he's having a horrendous season here. He's playing good. He's leading his team. He's doing what he's supposed to do. It is his job to lose. It's his job to lose. Now, if he comes in after his concussion, whenever that is, and he starts playing horribly, yeah, go ahead. If you want to make that move, Jim Harbaugh, and let Colin Kaepernick start, go ahead. But I'm not going to just say dump Alex Smith because Colin Kaepernick had one good game against the hibernating Bears. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm just not going to say that. I don't feel that that's fair to Alex Smith. I don't feel that's fair to any player. Like I said, I cannot stand that. People, to me, overreact to everything. Cap played great. Kaepernick played great, man. But it's still Alex Smith's job to lose. And it could be Kaepernick's year next year with the 49ers. You never know. It could be his year with somebody else's team next year. But like I said, let's not make this game more than what it is. I've never seen this Bears team play this soft, this weak. The way they were tackling, I tweeted this last night. The Bears needed the 8-year-old football girl sensation, Samantha Gordon. If you don't know who that is, go on YouTube right now and look her up and check out her highlights. That's who they needed last night. She shows more heart than what the Bears show. She's 8 years old and she can tackle like a football player. She can tackle with the best of them. She can run all over you. She can run through you, around you. She's been the football sensation. She's the 8-year-old football sensation. Go check her out, Samantha Gordon. That's who the Bears needed last night. The way they were playing. Like I said, it's hard for me to even assess that win. And not even a win, but the performance. Because I felt like the Bears played so laxy-daisy. I'm not trying to be funny, but I think plenty of quarterbacks who came in there and did that exact same thing. With that offensive line, with that offensive skill set of players at receiver and running back, like I said, people crack me up with this. They blow stuff out of proportion. Like I said, Colin Kaepernick, yes. Is he probably a better quarterback than Alex Smith? Yes, he probably is. Not trying to be funny, but I think I'm a better quarterback than Alex Smith. Why? Because I have a pretty strong arm. I can move my feet in the pocket. I can run. I can throw on the run. I can rush the ball. I'm not trying to be funny, but there's a lot of quarterbacks who are better than Alex Smith. Alex Smith has never been that elite guy who's known for that. He's just always been that smart QB with a pretty good arm who does what he does, who'll take some risks. He's never been that elite guy where you're just like, yeah, he just has that. He just has that it factor. No, that's never really been Alex Smith. Never. He's just a smart QB who, with the help of Jim Harbaugh, has become a quarterback to watch and look out for. But like I said, I'm not going to go off one game with Colin Kaepernick and say he needs to be the starter. Now, if I continue to see play like this against defenses and things like that, then yeah, like I said. But it's still Alex Smith's job to lose, in my opinion. Like I said, if Colin Kaepernick does end up getting a starting spot, congratulations. Hopefully you do well, and I'm pretty sure he would. If Alex Smith continues to do it, hopefully he does what he's supposed to do coming back. Hopefully seeing Colin Kaepernick, that should make him more motivated to do what he needed to do. He should be motivated anyway just to win a ring because, some people thought last year was your year, but clearly they were wrong. So I'm just saying. That was my rant. Like I said, I really like Colin Kaepernick. Like I said, known about him since Nevada days. Step your game up for those who didn't. Learn about these players before you see him play in one game. I was the main one always talking about Colin Kaepernick as an elite quarterback. If he comes into the right system, to the right coach, he can be even more elite. I knew this coming in. Like I said, after one game, everybody want to jump on his bandwagon. Well, you free to do that, but, I don't got no respect for it. But I am not saying that Alex Smith needs to lose his job yet, period. Like I said, I don't believe you just, unless your starter's been playing horrible, I don't believe you just bench your starting quarterback who's partly responsible along with the rest of your team and your coaching staff for your success. Like I said, if Alex Smith starts to stink up the joint and he's basically not doing what he's supposed to do, yeah, let Colin Kaepernick come in there and do his thing, and let's see where he takes us. Or not us, but the 49ers. But don't blow this game out of proportion. Like I said, people overreact. Colin Kaepernick played well, but he also had one of the top offenses helping him. He had one of the top offensive lines blocking for him. He had one of the top receiving corps catching the ball and running their routes correctly. Mario Manningham, Michael Crabtree, Randy Moss, Vernon Davis. I can go on and on. He had one of the top running back corps in the backfield doing their thing. Frank Gore, Kendall Hunter. Don't act like he is doing this by himself. And then on top of that, like I said, he played against the hibernating Bears. They weren't even playing. They just came out there and pretty much played flag football for all I can see. Broken tackles, yards after catch. Please. Like I said, Colin Kaepernick, he played great. Proud of him. Happy to see you doing your thing, man. I always knew you could do it, man, because I've been watching you since Nevada days. But do not blow this game out of proportion. Let's see what happens. The season is not over. San Francisco is 7-2. Congratulations. Woohoo! Happy for you. That's what's up. But do not blow these games out of proportion. Like I said, if Shaq Smith starts coming in here and starts stinging up the joint, don't put Colin Kaepernick in. And that's the good thing you can feel comfortable is that you do have a backup. Look at Chicago. They don't even feel comfortable now. You know Jay Cutler hurt. Your season might be over. Take pride in that if you're a 49er fan, that if Alex Smith does stink up the joint, if he does get hurt, you have a capable guy who can go out here and do what he's supposed to do. Well, like I said, we gonna see. How many games y'all got left? How many games 49ers got left? What, about 6 games left? You gotta play the Saints next. You gotta play St. Louis again, who you just tied with. You gotta play Miami. You gotta play New England. You gotta play Seattle, and you gotta play Arizona. So let's see what happens. This is Alex Smith's job to lose. If he loses it, hey, Colin Kaepernick, come in there and do your thing, bruh. But if Alex Smith continues to lead this team like he's been doing, leave him alone. Just be happy that you have Colin Kaepernick there. And like I said, you never know what can happen next year. Maybe it's Colin Kaepernick's team next year. Maybe Colin Kaepernick won't even be a 49er for all we know next year. Who knows? But like I said, stop with the bandwagon crap. And please, for the love of God, stop overreacting to everything, every game, and learn how to. My God. But anyway, I'm done. I said what I had to say. Like I said, Colin Kaepernick is a beast. Knew that. Proud of him. But don't overreact to this game. If he continues to play this way, happy for him. If he continues to be the starter, happy for him. But it's still Alex Smith, in my opinion, job to lose. But if it is Colin Kaepernick, hey, more power to you. Happy to see you doing your thing. Do what you got to do. Proud of you, man. That's all I got to say on it. Moving on to the rest of the world, or whatever's going on in the rest of the world. As far as what's going on in the NBA right now, it's been confirmed by multiple sources that Mike D'Antoni will make his LA Laker head coaching debut tonight against those Brooklyn Nets. And, this is according to sources again that he's supposed to be starting. He's supposed to be starting, but they say he's supposed to be starting. He's supposed to be, doing his head coaching debut again against the Brooklyn Nets tonight. So looking forward to that. Just how the team is going to respond, the excitement in the stadium. Just period. I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully he's not set back, because like I said, I know before he was supposed to do Sunday, then they said no, he wasn't feeling up to it. His energy level wasn't good. So hopefully this is the case. Hopefully he will be playing. Hopefully he will be coaching, and we're looking for that. According to sources like Adam Schefter and other sources, Pittsburgh Steelers have signed wide receiver Plaxico Burress. This is not a surprise. We all knew that Steelers are beat up at multiple positions. They need a receiver. Plaxico has been saying he's ready. He's ready to come out here and do his thing. I heard he was very impressive from my sources that he was very impressive at the workout today. That's what pretty much sealed the deal. I heard he was very impressive in the red zone, as Plaxico has always been. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, once again, according to Adam Schefter and other sources, have signed Plaxico Burress. And I heard they also reached a deal with quarterback Brian Hoyer. Anybody who knows the situation, Roethlisberger's out. Byron Leftwich is banged up and expected to be out, so they had to find another quarterback to come in here and do his thing. Also, in some other NBA news, I know Spurs forward Steven Jackson fractured a finger, I think the little finger actually, on his left hand last night. So I know he's expected to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks, along with Kyrie Irving, Cleveland Cavaliers point guard Kyrie Irving. He also fractured, I think, his index finger on his left hand or right hand. One of them. I don't know which hand it does when he fractures his index finger. He is expected also to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So, plenty of injuries going around. I also heard about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers made a statement. It's been rumored that Darko Milicic is not happy with Boston, or is ready to leave Boston and go back to Europe. And I know Doc Rivers has made a statement saying it's unlikely Darko Milicic will return. And that they also said the Celtics are in no rush to fill his roster spot right now, which in some ways is understandable. So that's just a little bit news for you guys. Like I said, I pretty much spent most of my time ranting. I said agree or disagree. But anyway, be sure to let me know what you think, what I had to say. If you agree, if you disagree, be sure to leave me comments. I'm actually gonna start doing a little bit more fan interaction with you guys. Normally, when you guys leave comments on YouTube, I generally don't comment back. I just kind of, unless you ask me a question. But in this case, I am gonna start, answering you guys back, whether you ask a question or you make a statement. If I feel like I need to answer something back, I am gonna start, interacting with you guys via YouTube with some comments. So, be sure, that's more of a reason to leave comments, in my opinion. So be sure to let me know what you think of the show, if you agree, if you disagree with anything that I said. Always love your comments. If you have a topic you want me to discuss that I didn't get a chance to discuss, I don't care what it is, let me know. It could be about a player, a coach, a team, whatever sport it is, just let me know. Always happy to talk about any topics that my fans want me to discuss. So be sure to let me know. If you want to be a guest on your show or you want to be a guest on my show, be sure to let me know. Always happy to network and meet new people and get my viewpoints on different people's shows. So please let me know. All my contact information is on the credits at the end. Go check out MoneyballSportswear.com. They are a huge supporter of me, L-Beasley, and my show Sports Talk with L-Beasley. So go check them out, MoneyballSportswear.com. The only way to ball is Moneyball. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support, the love, the comments. Keep them coming. Most definitely, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Enjoy your rest of your Tuesday afternoon and evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow.